Hey guys, Terronald here, and welcome to a video that I've been very excited to make for a while. The review of the updated version of Terron, Toe of Magic, aka myself, MOC. So let's get into it.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends.
So at the time of recording this video, I have not revealed a good chunk of Terron's backstory, but I can get into what has been officially revealed in Bionicle Plague. So right now, all we really know about Terron is that he was the result of an Order Armada Nui experimental division who are trying to create beings of a whole new element. The end goal being to use them as disposable units for the Order's toughest missions. Because of this, Terron was treated more as a Rahi than a living being by the Order. Except for the member who was tasked with training Terron. A Tolo of Protodermis, who I'll just disclose right now, it was just Sai. But then one day, everything went black for Terron and he woke up hundreds of years later, which leads us up into Bionicle Plague, where he's now on a team of Gladiator and Camo. So yeah, obviously there was a lot missing from that telling of the backstory, but yeah, like I said, that's all that's been revealed so far, and yeah, his full backstory will be revealed as Regions Chronicles goes on. But this video is more about his MOC than his backstory anyway, so let's get into the MOC. The main thing I wanted to accomplish with this new design was I wanted to make him look more like an actual Toa of Magic. There should be, I did a little bit of concept art that should be on the side of the screen right now. But, yeah, so I wanted to add, give him the jacket and trans purple. Those are the main two things I wanted to add, because I just thought that would make him look a little bit more of, like, a Toa of Magic. So I am actually going to be removing the jacket and the bandana, so we can look at the rest of his body, because obviously it will be a bit hard to do that with the jacket on. So, yeah, but really quickly, if you watched my Q&A, I did tell you the story behind this bandana, how I cut it from a similar bandana that I would wear during cross-country. So, yeah, there's a little trivia behind that, and then there is no trivia behind the jacket, other than just I wanted to give it to him because I thought it'd look cool and kind of get across the aesthetic of a Toe of Magic better. So, yeah, but now we are going to cut to him without the jacket, so you can see just kind of like his regular version without the jacket and bandana, and we will continue from there. Well, that did not work. There we go. Now that the jacket is off, moving on to the actual build, starting with the head. Now, the reason that Terron actually does have the Surge Brain Attack head to begin with is because I always wanted his main color to be Mata Blue, and at the time when I first built the first version of Terron, this was the only head I actually owned in Mata Blue.
I used the Brain Attack Surge head because I think it's a cool head and I like blue.
And it's pretty much just as simple as that. And then so you may remember on his original the most recent version before the updated version, he used to have a blue clay in his eyes, similar to Tectonic Film Self-Mock when he's not in his suit. I removed that because, I'll be honest, the more I filmed Terron in, the just worse I felt it personally looked. So, yeah, I just wanted his eyes to be using the regular headpiece. So, yeah, then moving on to the chest. Now, I wanted, with Terron, I wanted black to kind of be the color signifying kind of like the more technical, like, so essentially, again, not giving too much away about Terron, he was built when he was created, and I wanted black to be, and the whole thing is that his whole chest area has a lot of cybernetic enhancements, so I wanted the chest area to be all black, and same with like his ankles. I wanted there to just be like, I wanted it to look like it's like blue and silver armor on top of like a black kind of like skeleton, and then the purple is kind of like energy holding like the hands and the legs to the body. So yeah, I wanted it to kind of look like that, and I do think it gets across that look all right. Now, if you look at the chest, I wanted it to almost look kind of like a harness, I guess would be the right word, where I just wanted like the entire chest area to kind of be black and kind of like wrap around here and kind of like transition into like the black skeletons in the arms and the fins on the back, and I feel like I did an alright job of actually doing that. By the way, the fins were just something I had on version 1, but I just thought it looked cool, so yeah, they just kind of stuck.
I gave him these pieces from the Creature of Water. Forgot its name.
I also wanted to keep the shuriken that Terron has had since the very first version of him that I built. And I switched it to silver now because I swapped out the gold for silver. And I also wanted to have like a blue part behind that, so I painted up this gear that used to be tan blue. So yeah, there's the upper body. And then moving down, I really wanted to use these claw pieces from it was like a Spider-Man set on the side, because I thought it would make the side look kind of streamlined. And I also really wanted to swap out the horrible looking the Holly and Nika foot that was on the original version of Terron for a full blue one, because I do not know how I conceivably thought thought that the Halimari foot would look good on Terron. So yeah, I wanted to make it a flat blue one. And as we're going down the torso, that does lead into probably my least favorite part about Terron. I personally feel like if you look at his proportions, the waist could definitely be filled out a little bit more. And they're basically, I'm gonna have to experiment around with this a lot, because while this is gonna be what Terron looks like for the most part going forward, there are a few things I want to tweak, and buffing up the hip area is definitely something I do want to do. I'm not really sure how I would, or how I could get a connection for any parts in there that would look good, but I'll figure out a way. And moving on to the crotch area, these two cheese wedges are glued onto this T-piece, and then it's attached to this Ninjago movie, I guess you would call it like flag piece. So yeah, then if you saw on the back here, this is a painted Metru armor piece. And then this whole area here is for something that will be explained later on in Regions Chronicles. And then moving on to the arms, there is not much to them. They're just kind of your standard CCBS build. As you saw, when the jacket isn't on, he has these silver shoulder pads, which transitions into the trans purple, and then the Sardix hand design, because I had this on the previous version of Terron, and I just like the look of it. And let's do a little edit here to have the brass knuckles come out. Whoa, look, they actually came out of his fists, and now they're gone. You're gonna see in Regions Chronicles, the brass knuckles are actually gonna be like retractable, like I'm gonna do a little animation that's gonna fold up, knuckles are gonna come out. But yeah, I usually just keep the knuckles off because they break off very easily. So, yeah, and I've had a few people ask this, why does Terron have brass knuckles? Yeah, I don't know, I just thought brass knuckles were a cool weapon type, and yeah, it's pretty much the gist of it. There's not a lot of complex backstory behind a lot of aspects of Terron, so yeah.
And then the legs,
they're also semi-simple. The upper legs are just, you know, two pieces. Then the lower legs are actually fairly complicated, so I'm actually gonna break one off. That took embarrassingly long, but, so the lower leg design, okay, so this is probably the part of Terron that I'm most, like, iffy on. On the one hand, I really do like the design. I do think it kind of looks really good as, like, blue armor plating. I don't want to take it apart, because I don't want to, it takes a while to kind of put together, but as you can see, this is actually a Sensei Wu piece that I cut the end off, filed it, and painted it blue. And it's holding together all the armor shells and then these two system pieces, and it's bending this armor shell forward a lot. So, yeah, while I do think, I do like the look of it, it is putting stress on the pieces, and also, when you don't have the jacket on, it makes his lower legs look kind of chunky. I don't know. I'm debating on whether or not I should change this lower leg design. Maybe you guys give me some input in the comments. But, yeah, just like I said, I like the look of it, but it is not the most practical thing. And then his feet are very simple. Just these Ignite feet with a tire around them. So, yeah, that's actually pretty much it for the build. He's pretty complex in some areas, really simple in other areas. But, yeah, while there are some areas I'm definitely not 100% happy with, I am overall this is definitely my favorite version of Terron I have built so far. Definitely way better than the previous version. So yeah, but moving on to a size comparison, here is him next to Liwamata. And with that, we're done. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been a video I've been wanting to make for a while, and I'm happy I finally got the opportunity to. And yeah, thanks for watching. Also, if you saw the stream, I finished the Monkey Kid mech. Great freaking set.